PokeMoshPit, what the fuck is up? WileChase here again, bringing you a fun battle I had against Paintballrulzzzzz. I'm using a rain team. I'm kind of skeptical about it, but you know, it was just a fun match I had. Also, I'm gonna use some Pokemon OST in the background because you know, atmosphere, blah blah blah. So tell me if you guys like it, whatever. So, anyways, he leads off with Garbodor. I lead off with Politoed. I'm just gonna surf. I am scarfed, so it's like. Yeah, I didn't want to go for Hydro Pump though because I knew I could 2 KO with Surf, and I've had really bad luck with Hydro Pump using this team, so it's like, fuck, man. So, he protects to see if I'm like any other variant of Politoed, since Surf is kind of common on Politoed. I mean, I could run Skull, but, you know, whatever. So, he decides to go to a Snorlax now, knowing he can take a Surf. I'm just going to go to Toxicroak, because he did lay up that one there Toxic Spikes, and I don't want anything else to get poisoned. I know I can take one Body Slam and then threaten him out with the Drain Punch, so that is my plan right now. So I do threaten him out, and he goes out to his Zapdos, and I'm just going to go straight for the Drain Punch, because I didn't want to risk him, like, staying in predicting me. So he just goes out to Zapdos. I do get a crit on him. Doesn't really matter, though, in the long run. Like, not even going to lie. I mean, it was kind of annoying at the time, but it's like, he does gain most of it back later on. It's just like, whatever. So he goes for the Thunder Wave. I went out to Notori because even if he has a Heat Wave, since the rain is up, I can take it fairly well. And yeah, he just went for Thunder Wave. Now he goes for Heat Wave. Take under half, so that's really good. So I get the rocks up. And rocks are, you know, really nice. So why not set them up? So here I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed because I know I can take another Heat Wave. And I'd like some residual damage going on that Zapdos. But he actually goes out to his Manectric, who I can take a Flamethrower from because I do get some extra recovery now from Leech Seed and rain is up. But he actually decides to go for the Volt Switch just because he's thinking I'm going to fear the Flamethrower and want to switch out. But I know I can take one, so I was like, hey, I can kill it off with the Power Whip. So he goes out to his Reuniclus, and hit him with the Power Whip. Doesn't do, well, it does a bit more than a third, so that's actually kind of nice. So I'm going to go to Politoed here, knowing I can take a Psychic and all that jazz. But he actually gets a critical hit, which really does suck, but I'll pay him back later, don't worry. Even though you guys would probably rather I didn't pay him back, because then, whatever. So I'm just going to get to Scissor. He just stays in as I U-turn, because I don't want to, like, risk him staying in and predicting Pursuit, which I think is what he was doing. So I just went for U-turn, and I guess he predicted Pursuit, or just wanted to die so he could bring in something safely. And I just went out to Zapdos, just because, I don't know, looking at his team, it looked like it was a good idea. So he goes out to Snorlax. I just Toxic it so that if he does want to try setting up on me, I can force him to rest eventually if he does have it. Otherwise, I get to know if he does or doesn't, and then, you know, prepare for the situation. And Body Slam luckily doesn't get the Power Hacks. So I do get a crit on Thunder, which does kind of make up for the Politoed, but whatever. But that does mean now that after the Toxic damage, I will be able to take him down with another Thunder. Because otherwise, he would have been able to either, like, kill me off or rest off or, you know, whatever. But I'll just take him out with the Thunder, so that's really good. Because, well, I mean, I could have worked around it because I did have both Scissor and Toxicroak, so it wasn't a huge deal, but whatever. So here he goes into Staraptor, and I'm thinking he's trying to lure me into Thundering because he does have that Manectric, but he actually goes right for the Double Edge. So I went for Toxic thinking that, you know, he was going to lure me into Thundering, but wasn't the case. I get a Toxic Staraptor now. But now I know he's locked into the Double Edge, so I'm just going to go right out to Notori or Ferrothorn, whatever. And he does take the Double Edge fairly well. And because of the Toxic and the Iron Barbs, he cannot switch in again because of Stealth Rocks. So he's just going to stay in, get as much damage as possible on me, and just kill himself. So, yeah, he dies. I tried to go for Leech Seed, you know, whatever. So here he's just going to go out to his Manectric. I just decided to leave in this thing as fodder because it's like, yeah, it's not really that useful anymore, and I have plenty of things I can take this thing down. Now I do get the Paralyze, and he went for Thunderbolt, predicting me to go out to something else, fearing the Flamethrower, I guess. But yeah, Paralyze just allows him to kill me off then. You know, oh well, but I do have Toxicroak, so I can just Sucker Punch kill him. He didn't want to go out to Zapdos just in case I like predicted it and randomly had like the Ice move, and you know, if he did get a good amount of damage to Toxicroak, that would have been nice for him, but it doesn't happen. So I'm just going to go out to Dragonite here, knowing I can take any hit from it. So he's just going to go for Thunder Wave. just because it's like, hey, he gets to cripple something, why not cripple something? Especially if it was my Zapdos. If it was my Zapdos, he would have been in a really good position there, but I'm just going to go for Thunder. He goes out to Garbodor Swatter just to kind of scout what type of set I am. And I do run this really weird set I found on Smoke, and it was like max HP, max special attack, and then, you know, the standard multi-scale shit. So he goes for Thunderbolt, and it really does nothing at all. I mean, multi-scale, Dragonet, it's just, I hate facing it, but it's like, I still need to use it more. But it works really well in Rain, because it gets both Thunder and Hurricane, both of which are boosted up to 100% accuracy. So, yeah, I just went for Thunder because it was the strongest move I had. I think I did have Dragon Pulse, but I'd rather get the Paralyze on it, and then I could actually, like, work around it a little bit better. So, he just goes for more Thunderbolts. I go for my Thunder here, and that will be enough to take it out, so that will be the match. It's a good game, paintball, rules, etc., etc. If you enjoyed the battle, check out both of our channels, leave a like, you know, all that awesome shit. So, rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.